On July 6, 2019, Cameron Boyce passed away in his sleep following a seizure. He was only 20 years old. He left behind a legion of adoring fans, friends, and famous collaborators, many of whom spoke of his sterling character. Best known for his work on the Disney Channel, Cameron Boyce starred in the sitcom Jessie alongside Debby Ryan for 4 years, from 2011 to 2015. The same year Jessie ended, he played Cruella de Vil's son Carlos in the Disney Channel's TV movie Descendants.
Hold on, Mal. Maybe good really is more powerful than evil.
The film was an instant success, and the sequel drew a whopping 21 million viewers across 6 networks, according to Deadline. He'll also be featured in Descendants 3, which is set to premiere on August 2nd, 2019. Boyce had started taking on more adult roles, like his turn in the upcoming indie thriller Runt. He'll also appear in the upcoming HBO comedy Mrs. Fletcher, starring Kathryn Hahn. In a statement, Hahn told People, "Cameron was a beautiful person who showed in the brief time our paths crossed a deep generosity and decency that belied his 20 years of age." And it's true, Boyce was so much more than your average Disney Channel star. He always sought to lead with compassion and leaves behind a legacy of charity work. In 2008, Cameron Boyce worked with pop rockers Panic at the Disco. Just a few years after the breakout hit I Write Sins Not Tragedies catapulted the band into fame. According to CNN, Boyce was just 8 years old when he appeared in the music video for That Green Gentleman. It was his first major acting credit. While casual fans might not recognize Boyce in the video, Panic's superstans certainly did. And they never let the Disney Channel star forget it. Boyce told Crooks magazine, "I actually hadn't heard of Panic when I got cast, and I still get hate because of it. Panic fans are real fans. It's funny, a lot of times they'll comment on my pictures and tell me how lucky I was to be in their presence." Following Boyce's death, Panic at the Disco frontman Brendan Urie said,
"You need to feel sad. You're feeling sad about losing Cameron Boyce. You need to feel sad about it."
2008 was also the year Boyce starred alongside Kiefer Sutherland in the horror flick Mirrors, as well as the thriller Eagle Eye with Shia LaBeouf. A little-known fact, Boyce even dove into the steamy world of soap operas early on in his career. He scored a role on the soap spin-off, General Hospital Night Shift, but the series ended after Boyce filmed just 7 episodes. Cameron Boyce had been working with Disney ever since his role on General Hospital Night Shift on Disney-owned network ABC, but he got his first taste of real stardom in 2011, and it's all thanks to his future Jessie co-star Debby Ryan.
Oh, okay, here are the smoke bombs. Yeah.
For your gotcha day, we're getting you a label maker.
Ryan was the driving force behind Jessie. In September 2017, the star posted a series of tweets in which she explained, "I got to pitch, produce, and cast my dream job right out of high school with special folks." That made her Disney's youngest female director and producer. Before landing the role of Luke Ross, Boyce had only appeared on the Disney Channel for small, one-off roles in shows like Good Luck Charlie. In an interview with YSB Now, he admitted that meeting Ryan for the first time was a major moment for him.
That was really cool to just see her and then know that, okay, now it's real.
Thus began Boyce's long-term relationship with the Disney Channel, which ultimately resulted in his most recognizable starring role, playing Cruella de Vil's son in Descendants. Cameron Boyce's unique look afforded him the opportunity to take on a number of roles. According to Teen Vogue, his biracial background let him shift from playing the son of Salma Hayek, who is Latinx, to the son of Wendy Raquel Robinson, who is Black. He also played the son of Michelle Monaghan, who is white. He was always proud of his heritage, but he admitted that it made landing a lead role more difficult. In an interview with Raw, the star opened up about his Black and Jewish heritage, which he calls bluish. It was clear he loved the features it gave him, down to the very last freckle. As he explained,
As a kid, I always sort of liked the fact that I didn't look like everybody else.
Cameron Boyce and Karen Brar might have only played siblings on television, but the pair also formed a real-life brotherly bond.
Wow. Robbie, you were really hauling it out there. Run like that and you'll do fine in the 50-yard dash.
And that was in my walking around sandals.
In 2019, they even moved in together, along with fellow Disney alumni Sophie Reynolds. But the actors' relationship went far beyond merely being roommates. Boyce and Brar clearly made an effort to never be apart for the big moments. In 2017, Boyce flew halfway around the world to celebrate Brar's 18th birthday with him in Australia, writing in an Instagram post, "So glad I was with you to watch you dramatically walk into adulthood. Happy birthday, Karen. The world is yours." According to Just Jared Jr., Brar returned the favor and flew to Vancouver in 2018 for Boyce's 19th birthday. And when Brar turns 20 in 2019, the pair met up in New York. And Boyce shared the most heartfelt Instagram message imaginable. "I love this man. He's been a constant in a life that I literally couldn't picture without him. Car, you're 20. Feels old right now, but by the time my kids are calling you Uncle Car, we'll laugh and probably realize we're still BSing our way through this stuff. Ha 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 ha, happy birthday. I love you." Following Boyce's untimely death, Brar wrote a touching tribute to his friend on Instagram. "You were the greatest thing to have ever happened to me. I love you so much, Cam. Wish I had more to say right now, but I don't think words will come for a while. Thank you to everyone who sent such kind words my way. No, I haven't been responding, but it truly means a lot." Hanging around A-listers is just business as usual when you're a celebrity, but Cameron Boyce definitely felt more like a mega fan after landing the role of Adam Sandler's son in the 2010 comedy Grown Ups. He told Young Hollywood, "The first person I was actually starstruck over was Adam Sandler when I was 9 years old."
I knew of him very well. A 9-year-old likes their fart jokes, so he's good at those.
In an interview with Crooks magazine, Boyce admitted that working with Sandler taught him how to roll with the punches. The comedian reportedly only used the script as, quote, "a mere suggestion." That meant Boyce had to learn to adapt. Boyce clearly left an impact on Sandler, too. The comedian shared a heartbreaking statement on Twitter after the news of Boyce's death hit headlines. "Too young, too sweet, too funny. Just the nicest, most talented, and most decent kid around. Loved that kid. Cared so much about his family. Cared so much about the world. Thank you, Cameron, for all you gave us." Many child actors fall into a dangerous cliché of DUIs and drug arrests. Boyce's parents didn't want him to go down that path, so they made every effort to keep his life as normal as humanly possible. The star told Shown magazine that he doesn't have any memories from when he was, quote, "just a normal kid," but he did go to a real high school, and he ended up graduating with honors. "I was lucky enough to be surrounded by adults who didn't want to see me turn into the stereotype. My parents were hesitant about me pursuing my career at one point because they were aware of the pattern that took so many child actors hostage. As I grew, I developed a knack for recognizing ugly traits found in the industry." Disney Channel stardom is pretty much instantaneous. You land a role on a hit show or one of those infamous Disney Channel original movies, and your name is suddenly splashed across the pages of all the teeny bopper magazines. Hollywood obviously has a pronounced dark side, and Boyce initially struggled with his enormous success. In an interview with ID, Boyce opened up about his first year of stardom. He struggled with the idea of constantly being bombarded with cameras and fans. In order to cope, he decided to just avoid the whole thing altogether. As he told ID, "For about a year of my life, if I didn't have to leave my house, I wouldn't. It was a bad way of dealing with fame, but it's a scary feeling to know that everybody is looking at you all the time." Thankfully, Boyce found his way out of the darkness and decided to use his success to boost the profile of his charity work. Cameron Boyce's first ever job was working as a model in a Disney print ad.
I was a pretty cute kid. I don't know what happened to me.
During the shoot, Boyce used his background as a dancer to nail a mid-air split for the camera. He told Young Hollywood it was, quote, "the craziest photo," and he admitted that he was still regularly tagged in the picture on Instagram. It turns out dancing was the actor's very first love. In an interview with Shown magazine, Boyce opened up about his passion for dance. The star even had a breakdance troupe called X-Mob, but for some reason, he unexpectedly fell into a career as an actor instead. As he explained it, "Dancing was my first true passion and what really showed me the values of creative freedom and surrounding yourself with people who have a similar drive and love for the same things you do. Dancing will forever be a passion of mine. It was instilled in me at such an early age and celebrated so frequently." Cameron Boyce was such a versatile performer, he could easily go from playing Cruella de Vil's kid in Descendants 3 to starring as Cal in the violent thriller Runt, and he reportedly used method acting as part of the process when diving deep into his grittier characters. In fact, he ended up completely isolating himself while preparing for his role in Runt, a film that doesn't have a release date as of the making of this video. In an interview with Dazed, he explained the unique challenges of the role, saying that it had the complicated nuance of traumatic childhood events. In other words, he had to pull from somewhere darker. As he explained it, because the kid is so isolated and because I'm so family-oriented, a week or so before we started shooting, leaving, I warned my family, like, hey guys, I'm gonna be ignoring you for a month and a half, completely. And it sounds like things got pretty intense. I started to sort of detach myself from things. I didn't talk to my best friends for a month and a half. I isolated myself the same way the character does. That allowed me to sit with my thoughts and understand where this kid is coming from. After discovering the dark side of fame, the same side that made him not want to leave his house for a year, Cameron Boyce decided to use his celebrity status for the greater good. The Disney star teamed up with the Thirst Project, a charity that helps bring clean drinking water to underdeveloped countries.
The Thirst Project is the world's largest youth water organization. We're a movement of students working to end the water crisis.
According to Oat Living, he raised more than $30,000 to build 2 wells in Swaziland. He later won the Pioneering Spirit Award at the 9th Annual Thirst Gala for bringing attention to the global water crisis. He even had the opportunity to meet Joe Biden at the 2019 Biden Courage Awards. Following his untimely death, Biden paid tribute to Boyce in a tweet. I had the opportunity to meet Cameron Boyce at this year's Courage Awards, and through his work with the social movement It's On Us, he was filled with so much light and served as a tremendous role model for young people. Boyce comes from a long line of activists and humanitarians. In fact, his grandmother, Joanne Boyce, was part of the Clinton 12.
The Clinton 12 was the first group of black students to be integrated into an all-white high school.
We deserve to go to that school because it was our school, as well as the kids who were white.
According to Dazed, his mother was a social worker when the AIDS epidemic first began. She later shifted her focus to help the homeless. Boyce hoped to follow in his family's footsteps, and he wanted his philanthropy to be the legacy he left behind. While accepting the Pioneering Spirit Award at the 9th Annual Thirst Gala in 2018, Boyce said,
We need to use our resources and what we have. We're all in here in suits. We need to use what we have and make the world a better place for other people.
Rest in peace, Cameron Boyce. You are truly gone too soon.